Go on, show them your burger that you got from the takeaway place.
€7, size of it. Gigantuan.
That is big, isn't it?
Yeah, €7. Chips and a burger. Incredible.
That would feed a family of 4, that. Beats Burger Wednesday, doesn't it?
Yep. Right, so this is what €35 gets you in Greece. An absolute clapped out hire car. No power, no guts. Feels like it's going to stall every 5 minutes. Put the aircon on, the engine stops. It's an absolute joke.
In a challenge, driving this today. Feels like you've got a shift in your seat to help you go along.
Yeah. I mean, it's not used to what we're driving, is it?
No.
Been spoiled.
Perhaps to open the windows, get the aircon, put the aircon on, it conks out. So John took the shopping back to the boat while me and Cleo waited by the hire car. This is the hire car, £35 or euros, and that's the shopping waiting for John.
So we just arrived in Ilko Bay, and yesterday while Sharon was at the hospital, I managed to get the lady, the very kind lady at Catamaran, to come and drop off our VHF radio set to me in the car park while I was waiting. So I need to fit that today, and now we're going to move off down to the Chandlers because I've got the new deck shower to replace the broken one on the transom there. So there's a few little bits and bobs I need to be able to fit that, so we'll get that done. And then finally we're waiting on a time slot for the crane and to get onto the concrete dock so we can get the brand new generator fitted. You don't want to know how much that's cost me, but it'll make your eyes water. But it is what it is. We need the power. So once I get that, hopefully we can get on the dock, get the generator fitted, get these last few bits and bobs done, and then we'll be able to move on out of Greece, meeting our Schengen timelines. So we're going to pick one of these life rings up because we lost ours in high winds.
John's fitting the VHF radio this morning, so hopefully that'll be working.
Okay, so now I've got the radio back together, so I'll just check it, go into menu, and then we go down to DSC, call in, menu, DSC, enter my MMSI, and the MMSI number's programmed on, so that's brilliant. So that means now when I make a DSC call in an emergency, my MMSI number will be sent also, and that enables any of the rescue services to be able to get the full details of the vessel. So all good, and we are now legal, so brilliant. Come on, England. Today we're going to tackle the deck shower on the transom of the boat. So currently it's got a whale system which has been put into the boat, and I'm changing it for a different one. The whale system's pretty expensive, about 280 euros or something to replace the shower. So I've got a new deck shower which cost me about £78, so I'm going to get that installed, and it still gives me the mixing option of hot and cold water. So this is what we're going to do. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is take off that housing there with the current whale head in there, and then measure up the hole so I can get the new one into that space. Okay, so first stage now complete. Got the outside off, so I need to clean that up, and then just measure the hole up to see if it's big enough for the new one. But a bit of progress already, and hopefully next hour or so we'll have it installed. So finished plumbing it in, and then we got this down here, and there's the mixer tap, and then the shower head. So take it out, it's got a push button, so nothing coming out there. And then when I push that, then push the button, and you get shower. So all good. So guess what day it is? It's generator installing day, believe it or not. So Marios, true to his word, turned up, got the crane here, got the brand new generator here. So hopefully we're going to get that put in the locker in the next half hour or so. You see the crane behind me, so we'll try and get some footage of that being dropped into the bay. So this is where it'll be going, dropping into here, back onto its cradle down there, and then Marios will get it installed, and hopefully we don't damage the water meter by putting it in. So currently unwrapping it to get it strapped up. Brand new. So hooking the generator up to lift it off the little truck. Heart in the mouth time coming when this thing's dangling in the air. Very, very expensive. Up she comes. it's nerve-wracking when you spent so much money and it's going to be dangling around in the air. Just hoping that he's picked the right colour strop for the right weight category. Full of good news, and So new generator into the front forward locker. Now he's going to come back and connect it up, move it around, blah blah blah, and then hopefully it'll be working. So by way of update, then in the front forward locker, so the generator's now all been fixed in and connected up, but like this is day 2 now, so that was put in last night, and now this is, you know, a complete day later that we're still not there, and that is due to the marine electrician having to come back to do some wiring into the top of the generator up here. And now it's all been done, we should be able to now put it together and give it a test and start her up and see whether she's done. So we're nearly there, so hopefully by end of play today this will be tested up and running as it should, and that's one less job ticked off the list for us, so we're looking forward to it. So if it don't rain, it pours around here, so just as we get the generator fixed and we were ready to move off up to Corfu and Albania, the 2-drawer fridge has packed in, so it's either got a leak and it needs some new refrigerant. The compressor's still running, but it's just not getting cold. So now we're waiting on a fridge technician to come this afternoon, and once he's been, then we'll move off and start making our way up to Corfu, ready to get to Albania later on next week.
Getting out of Ilko Bay finally.
Yeah, so generator done, fridge regassed, and the leak patched up, so now we're making our way out of Ilko Bay, hopefully for the last time, and then we're going to move up towards Lefkada Channel, and then tomorrow morning out through there and off to Antipaxos, Paxos, Corfu, and then up to Albania middle of next week.
Yeah.
All good.
We're saying goodbye to this little bay. We spent a lot of time here. It's nice to be saying goodbye. So it's our last time going through the minefield. So excited.
this morning, leaving Pavica to make our way to Antipaxos, Paxos and then Corfu before we hit into Albania next week. So where the journey started in Pavica behind us, it's good to finally say goodbye next, Sharon.
Yeah.
And move onwards and upwards. So we'll see you at Antipaxos. So I'm going along, got one engine on, got the sails up. As we left this morning, there was pretty good wind, and then it's obviously started to veer round, and as it's come round it's sort of coming towards being on the nose. So we're close hauled at the moment, still a little bit of wind in the air and they are helping that one engine, but we're getting there. But as you can see, the head sail's starting to flog now, so it must be coming close to the wind again as it's veering around. So I might need to go and put the sail onto the other side of the boat. So we're still mid-passage now on the way to Antipaxos. A lot of people ask us what we do on passage. So, you know, just so you can see behind me, I've got rods out on the back of the boat and the rod out on this side as well. So we like to throw the rods out just to see whether we can get any free protein in the form of a fish. We'll eat pretty much anything. So we'll just wait and see whether they go off or not. The other thing we do is we sit there and edit on passage for these videos, etc., because they take quite a lot of time to get the editing done, etc. So we try and use the time wisely to get some of that done, so you guys can get the completed video at the end of the day. Okay, so whilst on passage and I'm either fishing or editing, etc., or running around making cups of tea, because the one-armed bandit can't currently because she's got a broken arm, the job that she normally has is maintaining a watch on the helm, and that way it enables me to do stuff around the boat. Sharon keeps watch, and as you can see, Cleo's tucked herself in the corner and adopted her normal position of getting her fat head down fast asleep. You notice I've had to put a makeshift sunshade at the back as well, because this helm, now we've took the covers down, gets really hot underneath, so we've had to put that black netted shade on the back just to keep the sun off the back, so it doesn't give us heat stroke or heat exhaustion without us knowing. So yeah, that's what we do when we're on passage.
So we arrived into Antipaxos and it was absolutely rammed with boats and super yachts. So we decided we weren't going to stay because there was just nowhere really to go, and I didn't want to do stern to with one arm. So we carried on and we ended up in Paxos.
When we left Pavica, we were heading for Vatumi Beach on Antipaxos, as it is the must-see beach around these Greek islands. However, it is rampant with day charters and tour boats. On this map view, it shows you our route from Pavica heading out to sea and then looking up to Antipaxos Island and then into Paxos. Crew, we have arrived. So we missed out Antipaxos, and the reason why we missed that out, it was jam-packed with super yachts, boats and everything, quite popular beaches, crystal clear waters, etc. So we had a look in there and then it was just like, you know, too tight for an overnight stay for us. So we moved on up to Paxos. So we're just outside the main harbour of Paxos currently, and I'll show you, you'll be able to see behind me where we are. So we just dropped our anchor here, but then if you look, you can see the main entry to Paxos behind me. You've dropped the anchor, 35 metres of scope out in about 5 metres of water, and then set the bridle, set the anchor alarm, and now we're just going to get some dinner and a shower, etc. Enjoy the evening. The wind should die off shortly. It's always this late afternoon winds in Greece, sort of from R3 onwards. As the sun starts going down, it starts picking up, gusting, etc. So hopefully it'll go down, and we'll have a restful night, and then tomorrow I think we're going to move up the rest of Paxos and probably jump across to Corfu and see what we can do in Corfu, because we have a few days there before we need to jump into Sarande in Albania. So thanks for tagging along.